Hey, we want to welcome everybody to AEW Dynamite Live Reaction with my favorite Jarrett and Jeff.
Hey, all right. We've got Doc in the house. I know you
Yeah,
had to get a dig in. I'm
of
excited to
course.
do this little post-show Dynamite. We got a guest coming up.
Yep.
But Karen, I promise she's going to talk about her TikTok before this post-show's over.
He loves
But
my
but
TikTok.
I tried to get her, Doc, to do kind of the Prince Nana dance, and I've already got a no.
No.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's what the people want, Karen.
No.
Come on, just a little bit.
No.
We just saw Dynamite. There we go.
There we go.
Swerve came down and did that. Anyway,
Yes.
Go ahead, Doc. Welcome everybody to my world. And where's Conrad at?
Yeah. Where is he?
He said, I'm not going to make it on time, but he was very, very reluctant to give details about why. So who knows?
I like how he called you out of the bullpen last minute, like bottom of the night. I appreciate it.
That's right. Well, I'm glad to be here. Should we introduce our special guest, our special run-in?
Yes.
Oh, from Sarasota,
My
Florida.
favorite.
From Sarasota, Florida.
Sarasota, Florida.
That is where the Macho Man.
What's wrong with you?
Hey,
from Sarasota,
you know,
Florida.
this one's for Karen. Karen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jay can give them what they want. Yes, Jay.
I like it.
I love it.
Hey, now we got a single shot. Can we do that one more time, Jay? Can you do it one more time?
I don't know. I don't know.
Please.
Maybe the Macho Man can do it one time.
Oh,
I heard that the Macho had some good moves.
Can you imagine Randy actually doing that?
Yeah. He probably.
Yeah, there it is.
That would be Randy doing it.
That is a perfect Macho Man doing the Prince Nana dance. That's a TikTok right there for you.
It was. Damn it! I should be filming all of this.
That's a TikTok for you.
Jay Lethal, you are a man of the people.
More on TikTok.
Yeah, we got a good one of Jay. We got a good one of Jay up there tonight.
Yes.
Well, before we jump into Dynamite, Jeff, I wanted to pick your brain. I wanted to pick your brain about the NBA. You're a man of basketball love, and me being from Indiana, of course, I have to love it. What are your thoughts on my Pacers? I get a lot of heat living here in Ohio.
We've got none other than the longest reigning Ring of Honor World Heavyweight
This year?
We've got Jay's into the basketball this year?
Yes, for the first time.
Oh, boy. I'll say this. I believe out of the East, your Pacers are the team to beat because Boston and New York are beating each other up. Obviously, Boston with the injury. New York is kind of peaked, but I don't know if they can sustain it. But I believe your Pacers are the team to beat out of the East. And when you look at the West right now, Denver isn't what they used to be. I don't think OKC's actually ready for it all. I'm sitting here watching. We know Golden State's got Curry out, so they're going to be hard pressed. I'm not sure Minnesota. So I'm going to go out on a limb right here tonight on the post-Dynamite My World special and tell you that when the Pacers get to the finals, I'm going to expect 2 first-class air tickets, 2 tickets, and we're going to go to one of the finals game.
Absolutely. The last and only time they made the finals was back in 2000. They played Shaq and Kobe, their first one together. And I was in Indianapolis at the time, but I was still an engineering student, and so I didn't really have money to go to a finals game. I thought, we'll be back. Well, here I am, 25 years finals game. So from your mouth to God's ears.
Hey, who was coaching then?
Larry.
That's what I thought. 2000.
Wow.
Yeah, he got him to the finals, but then got spanked. But
And I'm not big on basketball. This is my first year watching the playoffs. I got to tell you, as somebody who didn't watch basketball much, this is very exciting to watch, and I think it's actually gotten me into basketball. So I can't wait to start the new season. I don't know the stats or who to look out for. I don't know who my favorite team is going to be, but I'm very excited about this upcoming basketball season.
man.
And
I'm rubbing off on him. I can talk basketball.
I don't know. I don't think it's you rubbing off on him. I think Cody's rubbing off on him.
Cody has jumped on the Knicks bandwagon, but I'm not sure how much juice that has in it, but we'll see.
Hopefully not much. They don't need more fans. They've got enough.
Oh, man.
All right, well, let's talk about some Dynamite, guys. What a good episode.
You know what? I have not seen Jay in about an hour 45 minutes to an hour. Seriously, about 45 minutes to an hour. And we all kind of watched the end of the cage match. I'm going to be Conrad Thompson. Jay, there's a lot to unpack here on the cage match. There is. There was a lot to unpack on Dynamite. Tag title situation, MJF and the Hurt Syndicate. We got quite a few items, but the cage match. What do you think, Jamar?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's best if we just start at the very, very end. So the last thing we saw, which I'm guessing, obviously is going to be Anarchy in the arena. I'm pretty excited about that. I mean, the two teams we got here are incredible. And correct me if I'm wrong, Joe is on their side as well, right?
I was trying to, because we were all kind of talking all that, but I was trying to name the 10. Doc, help me out. You got Samoa Joe, Hobbs,
Yep.
Swerve,
Yep.
Willow.
Well, see Willow. Yeah.
Willow.
And who was the last one?
No, so that's what I'm saying is Willow can't be in it.
No, I
Well,
think
they got Marina.
Marina's on one side, Willow's on the other.
Yeah.
Oh, you think it's going to be that 10-man?
Yes, I think so.
But on the other side, Gabe Kidd.
Did we say Hobbs? Did we say
Wheeler?
Hobbs?
I did say Hobbs.
Okay.
Gabe, Wheeler, Claudio, Bucks, Moxley. That's what I'm saying. I'm curious to see where they're going to go with it. The numbers weren't completely adding up, I don't think, as far as even out. But it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Speedball ran in on the end there.
There you go, Speedball.
Kenny. We're missing
Kenny.
Oh,
of course.
Well.
How can we miss Kenny?
That's right.
Kenny.
That's right.
So what is that? Omega?
That's 6.
We'd have 6 on 6.
Yeah, that's 6 if you add Speedball.
Okay. Gonna be interesting. Maybe, I don't know. I don't see the females being active participants.
I do. What do you mean?
Outside of the ring.
Oh, they'll be on the outside.
They've been active participants up until
Yeah, Marina's been very involved.
That's true. That's true. No, I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, are they going to be in the match?
I believe
they will be involved.
I'm sure.
Don't be trying to take the women out of the.
Here we go. Here we go, Jay.
You really stepped in it now.
Jay, was she this cranky in catering today?
Not one bit.
Yes, because she tried to avoid all the snacks. So that was driving her crazy.
You just sold me out.
Speaking of snacks, raise your hand if you had some milk and cookies today.
Well,
I may have seen the TikTok about this. I believe at Karen Jarrett 4 might have outed you, Jamar. I'm sorry.
Well, I think the problem was Karen was living vicariously through me. She's the one who suggested.
He had a package of cookies, and I was like, "Oh gosh, this would be so good. Just like dump them in milk."
And so naturally, like a good friend, you go, "Yeah, I'm gonna do that right in front of you, right in your face, Karen."
I think she would have been mad if I ate it somewhere else.
Oh, I would have been.
Yeah. All right, Doc. Keep us on track.
Let's keep rolling.
About cookies and Karen's TikTok again.
Can we? I think I was very excited about the Hurt Syndicate adding MJF to the group, actually. And I think the crowd's reaction is what my favorite part was. Just the whole, is he going to be up? Is he going to be down? When he finally gave the up, I think the crowd, I don't think they ever expected him to. Yeah, I was too.
You know what it reminds?
But the attorney's involved.
Yeah, Mark Sterling in there. Yeah.
Hey, everybody knows, at least on this My World episode, none of us like attorneys, right, Mike?
Not a one. They're all the worst. I know my role in this world, and it's to be hated, and that's fine.
Yeah.
Look, this is probably going to get some blowback and brushback, but I just got to ask Jay. I got to ask you, Jay, what is the upside to putting that punk-ass kid seriously into the Hurt Syndicate? There's got to be more to the story here we're not sure of.
Well, I'm sure it's probably, from my view, going to lead to the Hurt Syndicate using MJF, because I think, they view him as somebody who, no matter what shortcuts he takes, he kind of gets what he wants all the time. So I think they're going to use that. They can use that so much to their advantage.
Well, and there's the coronation next week, right? The contract signing. So he's not officially in yet.
This is true. This is true. It's not official just yet.
There's that damn attorney always raising his ugly face. He's got to throw that. But that is true. So are we saying he's not officially in until the contract's signed?
No, he's not.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No.
What it reminded me of, and I mean this in a very positive way, the way that Max was interacting with him, where he, jumped on Bobby when they gave him the thumbs up and all that. It reminded me very much of Sami Zayn in the Bloodline, like where he became an official oos. The odd one out, but it's in the group, and I loved it. I loved what he was doing. I thought it was very entertaining.
The old fish out of water storytelling is always intriguing. Yes.
Yeah.
And Max embraced, at least in this particular episode, the comedic side of it, where Bobby put his arms around him and had a hold of the scarf, and he's like, "It's a nice scarf, Bobby. You can have it if you want it. You can have it if you want it." It was, I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was well done.
I thought that's when he was going to wring his neck right there. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I thought they did a good job. I was on the edge of my seat trying to figure out which way they were going to go.
Going to kick his head off, but then.
Nothing. The best part about wrestling is when nobody knows what's going to happen. Sometimes you can smell it, you can see it coming a mile away. But this one, I think it could have gone either way. You couldn't get a beat on, and you couldn't get a grasp of what was ever going to really happen.
If we legitimately say one more good thing about MJF, we're ending this entire.
You're going to get sick. Yeah, we don't want that. We don't want that. Well, speaking of when it's real and whatever, how about that Sabu? Tribute by Taz. I texted Taz after it happened. I said, "Man, I don't envy you being in position having to do that for your friend on camera, and I thought you did a wonderful job."
Yes.
Karen, we had it on, and she. I've gotten that way, but Karen will definitely cry at a sad commercial, not even a movie, but that got to her as well. But that was pretty cool. Me and Taz backstage today, we kind of chatted about Sabu, and I think one of the things that I've been asked a little bit, me and Conrad talked about it on the podcast. I think I told Conrad a few things he didn't even know that, and I know the ad-free special was done, which is super cool.
Yeah.
But a lot of things people know Taz, and I don't even know if Jay knows this. I'm curious to find out. No, I mean, they know Sabu, as Taz said, the aura, the legendary, homicidal, suicidal, all that kind of stuff. And he had some fantastic matches in TNA, obviously ECW, around the world and all that. But what's really cool is the first time I met Sabu was in Tennessee. He came to Tennessee to work the territory. And he wasn't that far removed. His uncle, the Sheik, and I know all kind of legendary stories about him. But Sabu really broke in the hard way. He kind of was, one of those guys that all he really got to do for a while would be maybe set up the ring. I mean, he did. His breaking in through his uncle was super, super rough. You hear about like Hiro Matsuda in Florida and, legendary stories. The CML dojo was tough and Japan dojos and just different stories. Sabu was one of those guys. And so you don't really think about him breaking in super hard. And then, he came to Tennessee and worked the territory. And then, obviously he exploded and had the name. But man, I always respected that he came up, I'll say a traditional, but with a non-traditional character. He made it when it was really hard.
Yeah.
You got to try to get Sanjay's comments on it because I don't know if many people know, but Sabu, he had a top 3, Sabu was probably 1 or 2 spot.
Did you see the X post he did? Sanjay put out on Twitter, X, whatever. Did you see the post?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't know Sabu was in his top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he said it's really, which I thought was cool. So
I haven't seen that. I'm going to have to look for it.
And I don't want to get into any of the drama and the mess and all that, but for Sabu's last match and the effort that he put in, I think is pretty damn cool. That obviously we lost him. All that's unfortunate, but looking on the bright side of everything is his last performance was in a way the essence of Sabu's entire career, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah. And another thing too, Taz never let his wall down or people see him vulnerable. I thought was real touching was while he was talking about his friend when he took his glasses off, which I wasn't expecting him to do, because that would just totally exposes him, and you have to. Oh man, that part got me when he took his glasses off.
Yes.
I never would have. Just anybody who knows Taz, he's this from the streets, and man, he's just this tough, manly man, as manly as he can be. But man, that when he took his glasses off, that part really got me.
Agreed. When he and I were texting, he said, I really hate that I broke. And I said, no way.
No.
This was a very human moment, and it made it hit, just made it land that much more. And it was so sincere. Like, well done, buddy. Well done.
Yeah. Well said. Good
Well, enough
stuff.
sad stuff. Let's talk some more wrestling. Let's talk some more Dynamite. So the tag team division and the title and all the three-way dance and all things going on there. What do you guys think about that?
I think sooner rather than later, the last outlaw.
That's right.
And the master of the lethal injection.
That's right.
Yes.
We need to get in that scene and get the crazy Wolverine wound up.
Yeah.
Get 1 in a billion going.
Yes.
Love
we
it.
need to be lethally injected into that tag title scene.
Damn right.
But I
You
will
boys
say
can give
this,
them a run.
and not it's just any promotion in the world, AEW, it doesn't matter. The tag title scene can always kind of ebb and flow. It's just kind of the nature of the beast. I don't think it's ever really done by design. I just think it's kind of the cadence of professional wrestling.
Yeah.
That being said, you kind of look at the AEW tag team division, and man, I mean, there were 3 teams out there tonight, 4 teams out there tonight. It's deep. The tag title scene is, to me, super deep. So, well done, AEW tonight.
Speaking of the tag scene, well, I want to get you guys' thoughts on FTR, heel FTR getting Big Stoke as a mouthpiece. I love it. It's old school wrestling to me. Those guys can talk; they're fine. They don't need a mouthpiece. But boy, bringing in Big Stoke, I think that's an A+ move.
I think it's. I don't want to say fish out of water because that's not the comparison like MJF's story. But no, I don't think anybody saw it coming. I think Stoke. I think what we see today is only good. And I'm not saying I think it's good. I think it's going to become great. I think 3 of them will create chemistry on camera that's going to be very compelling.
Yeah.
And Dawkins, I'm with you on this one. When you think about FTR, as far as the tag team goes, and sometimes in singles too, they're the total package. They can walk the walk, they can talk the talk. They definitely don't need someone to talk for them. So to add that little bit
nuance
into this, to add it, it's special for 2 reasons. One, I definitely think, and not to lift the veil too much, I definitely think this is going to help elevate Stokely. Just because anything FTR does is on a higher profile. It's automatically those guys have they've reached that status.
Yeah.
And 2, it's going to be a little bit different feel for FTR to take the backseat when it comes to talking or wrestling promos or whatever. So I'm interested to see how this turns out. More so for Stokely because it's like handing him the platform on a silver platter, and hopefully he can
rise to the occasion.
Oh yeah.
He got a hell of a shot. He got a chance.
Well, frankly, you 2 and FTR, I think, would be a fun match if that happens to work its way into storyline.
I'll never forget. That's when Karen debuted in Vegas. When we had Briscoe was the referee, right, Jay? I think.
Yes. And
that's when Karen she had appeared on Dynamite. But what was the arena? God, T-Mobile. When that we were there for that match and the pay-per-view, and it got rolling. And the Queen, I wish you could have had the TikTok rolling that night. It was F you, Karen. And I was like, all right, here we go.
Here we go.
They love her.
Yeah, they do.
It was so fun.
So let's talk a little bit about the ladies' match tonight, and Mina coming back. I don't know about you guys, but she reminds me a little bit of Asuka and Julia. Kind of, if you mix her together, she seems to be so charismatic, and I think it's a good introduction to the women's scene.
I think so.
Reintroduction.
And the returning Sky Blue back from
Yes.
injury.
Yes.
Re-debuting in her hometown.
Amazing.
That's one of my favorite things of wrestling is when people are able to do something in their hometown and get that hometown love. So her re-debuting in Chicago is wonderful.
Yes. And it's hard for fans to understand, but just from a wrestler standpoint, inside it really does something to you when you've been gone for a while, obviously with an injury or something. But when you can make your return and it be in your hometown or just close to where you grew up, it's really special for a professional wrestler to be able to do that.
They zoomed in on her face when she first walked out, and I thought, man, if that were me, I'd have broken down. She kept it together, at least when it was zoomed in, really well. I was very impressed by that.
Mike, I'm going to use a basketball analogy. I think all the ladies we're talking about is great, but timeless Tony Storm's kind of like Larry Bird, makes everybody around her better.
Yes.
Yeah, she's got so much charisma. So
Yes.
it was they gave that match some time tonight. So
They did.
All four of the ladies did well.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of potential storylines for all of them, and you're right. Tony can have a great storyline with anybody, it seems like.
Yes.
So
very good, very good.
Moving on, I want to talk a little bit about Ricochet, if we can. Is he not doing the best work he's ever done? I mean, it seems like it's just old school heel stuff.
If you would have told us anybody 2 weeks ago, Ricochet, Zach Gowen, and they would have had a hell of a match on Dynamite, people were like, what? What did you just say? But Zach, through the years, me and him, I mean, we go back to obviously the TNA days, but me and him have become pretty good friends. I was really happy for him to get the opportunity.
We lost some Jarretts. We lost some Jarretts.
He got the boot.
I'll tell you what.
The boot.
Yeah, they said something that offended Silva, I think. What'd you guys do? Why'd you make Silva mad?
What?
We just clicked out. Dave's mad at me. He's been ornery Silva. He's up past his bedtime.
Dave, you better get your shit together.
Yeah, Silva. I know.
Fuck?
Hey! We got to get upstairs in our suite.
Conrad's not on.
Booting you out.
Us off.
Hey, Jeff, I was sent a text from somebody on the slide that said I need to ask you about the spiral staircase in your room.
Okay, like legit. I'm not kidding. Our bed is upstairs. Let me show you this.
There's a spiral staircase in your room. My God.
Wait, what?
I have to go up this thing to get to bed.
No way.
Jay, it is not fun.
Please tell me the restroom is upstairs as well, because if you have to walk down that in the middle of the night.
No, but all of our bags, everything is down here because we are not carrying them up the steps. It's ridiculous.
I've never seen such a thing.
I've never seen such a thing.
Hey, so we got to wrap this up. The last
I thought you were joking about that spiral staircase.
No.
Look, the last outlaw has to do his final.
I've never seen anything like it.
Jay, you know what we say? It's time to pull next. The last outlaw's got to get upstairs and pull next.
What's wrong with you?
If Conrad were here, he'd say, "Well, that's a T-shirt."
Yes, let's go.
I'll throw my 2 cents in since we were talking about Zach Gowen. I always think it's so special and motivational to watch somebody like Zach Gowen, living his dream, not letting anything stop him, and a hell of a performance. I take great pleasure in being able to call Zach one of my friends, actually.
Yeah.
They really put him over the commentary talking about he's been doing this 23 years. That's insane.
Yes.
That is so impressive. And good for him.
It is. Very impressive.
Oh yeah.
Well,
Dynamite, all in all, I was just sitting here thinking about it, and it kicked off.
Hey, did you notice we have stayed on point with Conrad not being here?
Yes.
When he's here, it falls off the rails.
Connie, you're fired.
It ain't me, it's him.
But
yeah, please, Jeff.
We've gone through it, and Ospreay and Hangman, Hanger, a week from Sunday. I cannot wait to see how that shakes out. One of them's going to Globe Life. That's going to be, Jay, you were talking at the top, and I know it's time. Silva's giving me the text. It's time to wrap it up. But when you're talking about you like watching professional wrestling gets on our edge and see like who is actually going to win or what's going to happen next. I'd love to, and I know they bet on professional wrestling now. Ospreay versus Hangman. Who is going to the finals?
I'm gonna say Ospreay only because Hangman drew first blood today. I don't know if you caught it, but during their face-off, Hangman got hit from behind, and it looked like him and Ospreay headbutt by mistake. And on the closing shot, you could see Ospreay's nose bleeding.
Oh,
so I'm gonna take that and say, since Hangman drew first blood, it's gonna come full circle, so that Ospreay will take it.
me and RJ and Renee did a YouTube special that's going to be coming on AEW, and we talked back and forth about all this, and we all three flip-flopped during our conversation because Jay, I got a question for you. Okay?
Yeah. Okay.
Just maybe a few questions. Would you call Hangman? Do they ever reference cowboy when they, like talk about the Hangman? Like might say cowboy shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Where is our big event in the baseball stadium?
The home of cowboy shit.
The home of the
I'm telling you, and the logo to this said event is what?
Look like a buckle, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I know a belt buckle doesn't go with Hangman, so I'm just saying.
Great observation.
That is a great observation. I didn't. That never dawned on me. Wow, that's good.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because I went for sure Ospreay, and when you look at his stats, shout out Alex Marvez, Ospreay's stats over the last like 7 years are unbelievable, and since he's been here, unbelievable.
For sure,
it's like there's no way he can be denied this. He's ascended to the top, and now I don't know. It's gonna be a.
I think it's gonna be Hanger.
Do you?
Yeah. Just because Jay said the
Here we go.
Well, either way, it's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a banger.
Yes.
It is. For sure.
Well, Jay, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining us. This was a lot of fun.
Oh, thanks for having me, guys. Thank you very much for having me.
Great.
And
I appreciate you, Jay.
Yeah, I don't. There's no spiral staircase in my room. Just I'm on one level.
It's fun. I got to get up in the morning and walk down these things.
All right, guys. Doc, I appreciate you, my man.
You too, my friend. Thanks everybody for being here and watching the special edition of My World. But wait, real quick before we go, last thing. We talked a little inside baseball. I think everybody should check out Karen's TikTok and watch Jay rub some milk and cookies right in her face.
Yeah.
Karen Jarrett 4 on TikTok. Check it out.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.